down the basement, lock the cellar door, and baby, talk bloody to me.
Hi, welcome to an extra special edition of Talk Bloody to Me. I'm Matt,
And I'm Brizzy.
and today we are going to do 1 year in review. But first, before that, Breezy would like to say something.
Yeah, I will send out some thoughts and prayers to all California. I mean, there's a huge wildfire, so we're out sending some prayers and thoughts to the victims and all that stuff. So
Exactly. You're in
hard
our
times over
thoughts.
there.
Yep.
Hard times over there.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And so that's the negative. The positive, we finally got a website.
That's right. And what is that website? It's
So,
talkbloodytome.com, all one
yep.
word.
So it's all in one word. It's www.talkplaytome.com.
That's right.
So now we officially have a website.
Exactly. And it's is we have our most current episode as of now up there, and there's an about page where you can learn about us and find links to all the episodes.
And about an email too. That's on there too.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we'll probably keep updating it and adding to it and stuff as we go along. So,
Yep.
yep. So that's exciting. Talk Bloody to Me
Yeah.
website,
So make sure you
talkbloodytome.
bookmark it.
Exactly. Bookmark it.
Bookmark it, save it, whatever you need to
Exactly. Send it to your friends, email it to
do.
your mom, your cousins.
Yeah. Yep.
So that is exciting. Um, so this week, instead of reviewing a movie, we are going to just go over kind of a year in review, the first year of Talk Bloody to Me, and we got some different notes and some different stats and some different things we want to talk about. And boy, what a year it's been, huh?
Oh yeah. It has been, yes.
It's
We had some fun times during the year.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Do you want to kick us off with one of your tidbits of information there, Breezy?
Oh, sure. So our very first episode was Terrifier 1, which started in February 9th, 2020, no, 2024.
Yo.
So that was our very first episode.
Oh wow. So yeah, just almost exactly a year.
Yep. Yep, it's getting there.
Mhm.
So the top five this year from everybody, I was gathering all like the episodes that we've done throughout the year.
Mhm.
And
And this is on YouTube, correct?
this is on YouTube, yes.
Okay.
I so the top five this year from everybody. Number one is Low Lives, episode 21, and that has 318 views.
Oh my gosh. And that's a movie that we just tore apart that we hated.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't really care for Low Lives because I hated it, but it seems to everybody likes that one. So
Yep. Well, Low Lives was a fan request by our good friend Aaron,
Mhm.
and I felt kind of bad that we, shit all over it, but it's our most popular episode, so hey, maybe we
Well,
need to
right.
start doing that more often. So thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, thank you, Aaron. Our number two is Oculus, episode 22, and that has 237 views on YouTube.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that seems to be a popular episode.
Yeah. And then number three is Friday the 13th, the remake, so 2009.
Oh,
Episode 29, that one has 163 views.
nice. I really like that one because I was surprised at how good the remake was. And like there was an episode two or three before that. Oh, when we did Freddy versus Jason, it was. And I said there hasn't been a Freddy or a Jason movie since, except for the stupid remakes. And then afterwards, you're like, the Friday the 13th remake is good. You shouldn't call it
Yeah,
stupid. And I was like, well, I guess I need to watch it. And you were right, it is good. So
it
that
is.
episode
Yeah,
stands out in my mind for that reason.
right. And then number four is American Werewolf in Paris and London, and episode 24, and that one has 144 views.
Okay, nice.
And then we got number five, The Lost Boys, episode 27, 120 views on YouTube.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Very good. Um, so that's pretty exciting. Those are all good
Yeah.
episodes.
So what are your stats?
So I have the stats for basically all the podcast services that aren't YouTube. The podcast host sends it out to all the different platforms that we request, and we're on quite a few. And I always like to say that um, we're on every platform, and if we're not, if you see a platform that we're not on, let us know, and
Oh
I'll
yeah,
get
for
us on
sure.
there. But our top five episodes, um, number one for podcast platforms is Oculus. Apparently, people really love Oculus. That's a good
Yeah.
movie. It's
What platform is this?
this is all okay. So first, let me go through this. So these are all different platforms mixed together. So
Okay.
the top platform most people listen to is Samsung Free. That makes up 25% of the listeners. Next is Google Chrome. That makes up 21% of the listeners. Next is it's LAVF, LAV. I don't know what that is.
I never heard of it. So
Apparently, but apparently 14% of our listeners are coming from LAV. So hey, shout out to LAV listeners. We love you.
yay.
Yay. Next is Spotify. 12% of our listeners are on Spotify. Next is iHeartRadio with 6%. Next is the Podbean app with 4%. Next is Apple Podcasts with 3%. And then it says Alexa enabled device is 2%. Audible is 2%. Amazon Music Podcasts is 1%. Pandora is 1%. And then it says 7% unknown. So they don't even know, but people are listening to it somehow. So
I didn't know Alexa. I don't know we go through Alexa.
apparently we do.
Huh.
So next time
Well,
you're around an
that's
Alexa,
news to me, and I guess that's probably some news to you guys. I mean,
yeah. So if you know someone, if you have an Alexa, or you know, next time you're around someone with an Alexa, say, "Hey Alexa, play Talk Bloody to Me podcast," and see what
huh,
happens. So now with all those mixed together,
you better write that down so we can actually make that note.
sure,
Actually, I'm gonna write that down now because
okay.
I'm not.
The Hey Alexa, play Talk Bloody to Me
Yeah, hey,
podcast. Hey Alexa, play Talk Bloody to Me podcast. Actually, just turn this up really loud, and then hopefully, if you have an Alexa in your room, it picks up on my voice saying it, and then you'll get like an
oh,
infinity effect, and it'll be really cool.
yeah, that would be cool.
But so yeah, the number one of out of all those platforms are is Oculus. And then I don't have exact numbers, but number two is American Werewolf in London and Paris. That's also a popular episode. Number three is our very first episode, Terrifier. So apparently a bunch of people decided they wanted to start from the very beginning and
Yep.
went back to episode one and listened to Terrifier. Number four is Trick or Treat. Our old friend Sam. And I actually have a top uh five, or I got a couple more. So number five is The Lost Boys, and then I have a six is Tourist Trap, and then seven, The Dentist one and two,
Oh, okay.
eight, Friday the 13th, and nine,
2009 remake.
yep, and nine is our interview with Brian Sager, and for some reason I don't have a 10. So that's the top nine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of interesting with the stats between, YouTube and
hmm
non-YouTube. It's kind of interesting how we
It's
gather all that information. It's really, really interesting.
it's funny how some episodes are more popular on YouTube and some episodes are more popular not on YouTube.
Yeah.
But Oculus and Friday the 13th and American Werewolf in London showed up on I think both lists.
Huh.
So
So, so now I'm going to move on to my least five.
okay. Now are these
My
your personal least five, or are these the least five views?
This is my least five that I don't really care for,
Okay.
that I personally don't care for at all.
Gotcha. All right. I can't wait to hear
So, so number one is Low Lives, obviously.
them. Damn you, low lives. We the hate for low lives just doesn't stop. So,
Oh,
our
I'm
number one
sorry.
episode, low lives on YouTube. Breezy hates
Yeah,
it.
yeah. The other one is stop motion.
Oh, I hate that movie so bad. I even forgot that movie existed. I wanted to like that movie so bad. Yeah.
Yeah, it. I do like the art. We did talk
Mm,
about that, and I said that I did like um the claymation or
yep.
whatever it was.
The actual stop motion animation in the movie stop motion is really
Yeah,
cool. And if they would have just made an hour and a half movie of that, that would have been awesome.
right.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. And then the other one is the Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I
Oh
didn't really care
yeah.
for that one. I'm
It was
sorry, Ghostbusters fans, but
it was
it,
disappointing.
yep, very. And then the last one is In a Violent Nature. So, yep. And I can vouch for that because me and Matt actually seen it in movie theaters, and halfway through the movie, and I looked on the side, and then Matt's just sitting there, just sleeping away.
I was gonna say it was one of the worst movies, but it was one of the most relaxing experiences watching it. Just it was crunch, 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 crunch,
Yeah, and
crunch, and
all
I
the
was
like nature sounds. Yeah. However, some people did love it though. It's
right.
like 50-50.
I did like the creativity and the perspective of it and that, but it was disappointing. It had been hyped up so much that people were like running out of the theater puking and all that kind of stuff, and it was basically there was just the one weird kill, and that was about it. I mean, it was a cool kill,
Yeah.
but that it wasn't. But anyway.
So what is your least favorite?
Oh my gosh.
Your personal one.
My personal all-time least favorite out of all the movies, and if you listened to all the episodes and paid attention, you might have heard me mention it. It's Leprechaun. I cannot stand Leprechaun.
Okay, so we did that one on St. Patrick's Day
Yep.
special, and we did the Leprechaun #1.
Yep. And apparently the viewers agree with me because if I did my stats right, that's our least viewed episode on YouTube
Yeah.
as well, is Leprechaun. So poor Leprechaun. Yeah.
We'll stay tuned because we gotta do Leprechaun #2 in September. This,
This,
St.
yep, every say
Patrick's.
we got a few years worth of St. Patrick's Day to do Leprechauns.
Yep.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I would say stop motion also was incredibly disappointing. Yeah, I really hated that one. Uh, Low Lifes, yeah. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire to me was just kind of meh. To me, it was like it just it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good either. It just was like a felt like a kind of like a crappy Ghostbusters movie, basically. But it wasn't horrible. But and then yeah, is that I think I yeah, In a Violent Nature.
Is that it?
I think that's it. Am I missing anything? Was that five? I think In a Violent Nature would probably be the other one. That was probably most
Oh,
disappointing that I didn't like.
no, my all-time favorite ones that we've done. This is my personal favorite.
Okay.
We got, I think, like Terrifier 1 and 2.
Yep.
That's my favorite episodes that we've
Okay.
done. Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yep.
We did part 2, didn't we? I
We
believe
did
so.
we did one and then we did like a quick little bit of two. We
Okay.
we kind of tacked a little bit of two on the end.
Okay.
Yep.
And then Jaws, the first one.
Oh yeah.
And then this is our very, very funnest, but yet funniest episode that we ever done because we're cracking jokes. Human Centipede Part 1 and 2. That is like the best one. I would never forget that one.
That's my number one pick too, is Human Centipede for my favorite episode that we've done. Yeah. Yeah, I would recommend if you've ever been curious about the movie but don't feel up to watching it, check out our episode on Human Centipede because we describe it in detail and make jokes and laugh and
Yeah,
uh,
it's a
have quite the
very,
good time.
it's a very, very detailed episode.
That it is. It's a very detailed movie.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Is that your only
That's my all-time favorite. I really liked Oh, Jaws, like you said, that was a really good one. Um, you want to know which movie made me the most sick?
Oh, no, I mean, honestly, I really don't know, and I don't remember.
Yeah, I think I'd say Evil Dead Rise was the one that I almost threw up.
I
That
thought
was
about Human Centipede, but I was like, no,
Human
that ain't it.
Centipede. Human Centipede made me feel like I was gonna pass out. Like Human Centipede made me feel like squeamish, like dizzy, like when he was going from A to B through C, and I was like, oh, I'm getting lightheaded. I'm gonna pass out, getting
Oh
dizzy.
my God.
But Evil Dead Rise, there's the part is it like an eyeball like goes in the guy's mouth and he chokes on it or something.
Oh, that's when I said, Matt, you better not eat. Please don't eat. Stop eating when
Yeah.
you go, otherwise you're gonna barf.
Yep. So that was the movie where I came closest to throwing up in our year in review is Evil Dead Rise. After
Wow.
that, though, I think my tolerance went up because nothing after that seemed to phase me as much.
Yeah.
Terrifier, our very first episode is fun, and then our Terrifier 2 episode was real fun. And I think it was because we had both seen Terrifier 3, and so we were all super psyched up about Terrifier in general.
So Terrifier 1 and 2 didn't make you throw up, but Evil Dead Rise, that doesn't make sense.
Right? Evil Dead, or excuse me, Terrifier 1. No, the Terrifiers are a little rough. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I see. Uh, so, and then moving on to, we did do interviews and we did three of them.
Mm-hmm.
And our very first episode was Brian Rails Wicked Wounds FX,
Woo,
episode
Brian.
15. And then this is based off of YouTube views, and
Mhm.
he had 108 views on his.
Nice.
That's the stat on him. And then interview number 2 is Brian Sager, episode 26, and he has 97 views.
Okay.
And then our very last one was Friday Night Live reading recording episode 41, and they got 59 views, and that's on YouTube.
Nice.
You get on the stats on your end?
For the interviews, the only one I don't have the number of views, but I do have that the Brian Sager one had more views, and then Brian Wicked Wounds had the second most, and then the Fright Night interview had the third most. But I think that one maybe just because it was more recent, so it hasn't had as long a time for people to find it.
Right, right.
But here's an interesting stat. I can tell you the different countries where people have been listening to our podcast.
Oh yeah, bring it.
You would never, so number one obviously is the United States with 78%, but you would never guess in a million years what number two is. Never guess.
Never guess. I don't know what.
Pick just yell the country at random.
Philippines.
Philippines. Oh, that was a good guess actually. Nope, it's Kenya. We're big in
What?
Kenya. We're huge in Kenya. Shout out to
Oh wow.
Kenya. Woo! 7% listeners of Can in Kenya.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and then number three is Canada. No way. Take off. No, but I like Canada's I like to think Minnesota is the Canada of the United States. Canada's
Yeah.
our neighbor, our friend. We love
Yep.
Canada. Number four is Germany, my homeland. Not really, but we're anyway. The next one is Russia, also my homeland, where my ancestry from Germany and Russia, in case anyone was curious. Next one is United Kingdom, and then China, and then Brazil, and then Australia, and then the Netherlands, and then now these last ones. These ones are just there was one listen of each in them, so they don't really count, but it's just kind of
Yep.
interesting that we got one random listen in these places. Bangladesh, Iran, Jamaica, and Japan.
Ooh, so
It's
we
a
are, yeah, we're getting around the world. That's actually really good. So thank
yeah,
you for listening to us.
yeah, exactly. Thank you to all our non-United States listeners. That's even like a little
Woohoo!
song. Bangladesh, Iran, Jamaica, Japan. Don't worry, I'll have it figured out by next episode. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Otherwise, that's all I really have besides the views on YouTube. We got uh 23,933% or more than 360 days. So that's pretty good.
Wow.
Yep.
That's quite an increase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Actually, that's like all of yours in general. I think they just put it all in
oh,
the whole
sure.
year.
Gotcha. Do you know how many requests we had?
Request. Ah, fuck. I didn't write that down. I
I
didn't even
didn't
think about
either.
that. We did had a lot of requests. Yes.
I'll see if I can remember them all. Human Centipede, Jennifer's Body, Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Low Life, Shocker. I know there's more. I know there's like at least.
Uh, okay.
Sorry if we're forgetting. There's got to
Evil
be
Dead Rise.
Evil Dead
Evil Dead
Rise was
Rise
a
is one of them.
request. Yup. But we love our fan requests.
Oculus is one another one.
Was it really? Oh,
Yep.
thank you to that
Oculus
fan.
was. Yep.
All right, yeah. So please request episodes because our most listened to episodes, Oculus and Lowlifes, were fan requests. Jennifer's Body is right up there too, I think.
Yeah, that was a fan
And that
request
was a
too.
fan request also.
And Bloody Christmas Bloody was another one too.
Oh, yep. Christmas, Bloody Christmas.
Hmm.
Yep. So,
And Gremlins was another one too.
oh, nice.
Hmm. Yep. But yeah, when we get that fan request, we get busy. We're trying to get everybody's request in there, but we will get there.
Yep. And another stat, favorite smoke shop is Cloud Tobacco and Vape in Sauk Rapids in Minnesota. Thank you for supporting the podcast.
Oh, no problem.
Woo! They love our sign.
I know they love our side.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much it with the whole
That's
year wrap up.
so we have some exciting things planned for the next year. We plan on keep on doing this as long as people are wanting to listen. And even if people didn't want to listen, we'd probably still do it because we think it's fun. And we're continuing to grow and just send us your requests, send us comments, feedback, questions, concerns, queries, quorums, quantum mechanics.
Anything that you can possibly think of. Don't be shy.
Exactly. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.